welcome back to Scene of Tarot with me, Natasha. I'm really happy that you guys have made it here today. If you are one of my subscribers, welcome back. If you are new, then welcome. I hope my readings resonate with you. I hope they bring clarity to whatever situations you're in. And do remember, obviously, if you are new as well, to general readings and pick a card reading. So how it works, I have 3 piles of cards, and each one has obviously a crystal on top. Whichever one you notice first or you're drawn to. Some people will go down to the timestamps, which are in the description box and the comments, and sometimes people are drawn to particular numbers as well. But whatever works for you guys, pick your reading. And obviously, as it is a general reading, it's unlikely that 100% will resonate, but just take the bits that resonate and that you can reflect on, and just leave the rest that doesn't seem applicable to you in your situation. So today we are doing, why is your person silent? So we're going to be understanding obviously why that is, but then getting some ideas on when they may come back round. This can be, you know, more when like things that they need to go through first, rather than solid like time and date. But yeah, so our piles for you guys today is pile 1 here with this lovely little spirit quartz cluster, very glittery, very pretty. We have pile 2 with this raw blue lace agate. Yeah, is that right? Blue lace agate? Yeah. Sorry, had a little mind glitch there. This is honestly one of my favourite crystals. It's one that I work with a lot during my meditations. So yeah, blue lace agate. And then we have some raw black obsidian. So if you are drawn to this black obsidian, love black obsidian, it's my favourite like grounding stone, then this is your pile. So whatever you are drawn to, and I will see you guys in your reading. Hey pile 1, if you chose the spirit quartz, this lovely little cluster, this is your reading. So we're going to be understanding why your person is silent, and kind of when they're going to be coming back, when they're going to be communicating, and getting some advice from spirit for you guys. So what we'll do is we'll get started on, you know, why are they silent at the moment. So we have the 6 of Swords, the 9 of Swords, the 9 of Wands, the 10 of Cups reversed, the 8 of Wands, and the Tower. You have Nourishment, 7, and we have Air, so open-mindedness, objectivity and learning, which I find quite apt, because you know you have this kind of this strong air energy at the beginning of the reading, and then you have this air card. So I believe the reason your person is being silent with you is because they definitely it's like they're working through, you know, you have this learning card. I feel like with that idea of learning, you have the Tower. For me, there's definitely like a lesson that they're very much working their way through at the moment, and it is taking time. With that 6 of Swords, it's like they really do want to move. Sorry if that's loud with the crystals. It's like they do want to move on to something, you know, much calmer. I feel like they want to get through this. Maybe they do even want to get back in touch with you. But I feel like they do recognise that they need to work through some of their own stuff right now. Especially with that Nourishment card as well. This for me, you know, you see it could be like physical nourishment, but I'm getting a sense of like nourishment for the soul, needing to give to give themselves time, to give themselves love, and to really kind of pour energy into themselves. And I feel like that is very much what your person is doing right now. And so I think the reason they're silent is because they know that they need to get through this. And I feel like they are. With the cards that are here, so you have like obviously a desire to kind of move on. I feel like there is a desire within this person to communicate. With that Eight of Wands, very much like it feels like, even though this is wands and, you know, it's fire energy, whenever I see the Eight of Wands, because it's flying through the air, it kind of gives me kind of like air energy as well. It makes me think of things that are fast, that don't have any obstacles. And I feel like your person is wanting to get to this space. And I feel like, you know, their happiness is currently blocked. The Ten of Cups is reversed. So they are working through this, you know, anxiety they may have. I feel like whatever it is, whether it is commitments that worry them, if it's something they've done, if they've worried about losing you, because obviously this is a general reading. I feel like there are quite a few different things that Spirit is telling me, and obviously knowing your own situation, you'll probably know which one it is. But definitely this person has a lot of anxieties. They still have their walls up. They're still, you know, they're still feeling wounded. They're not quite ready yet for that Ten of Cups. They're not ready for their happiness. They're not in the right frame of mind and the right space to be open and willing to let that in. Because I feel like this person right now, because they have their walls up, and also when you're in this kind of mindset of lack, I feel like they can't be open to this love at the moment, because in their mind I think there's probably a lot of anxiety around love and relationships and them not working out, and that kind of being in that mindset that, oh, it's not going to work out, would only make it not work out, because that's what they expect to happen. So this person at the moment is kind of in this position where they can't be quite ready for love, because they need to learn this lesson. They need to have their Tower moment where they kind of make the changes. They have like this deep reflection and work out, you know, what it is that is causing all this anxiety, this inability to be open and accepting of love. So I feel like that nourishment is definitely needing to pour love back into themselves. And, you know, I feel like they are really trying to learn that. With the Tower as well, it is almost like they do want to kind of tear everything down and rebuild what they believe, and, you know, rebuild themselves back up. And so when might your person get in touch? We have the Lovers reversed. We have the Wheel. We have the Five of Wands. And we have the Two of Wands. And you have the energy is gaining momentum, waxing moon. So waxing moon is something that happens, you know, every month. So I feel like this is a case of it's not pinned down to any kind of particular date. I feel like, honestly, with that Wheel card, it's almost like it will happen when it's meant to happen. When this person is, you know, fully healed, when they've kind of worked through this crap, and, you know, the Ten of Cups, once this Ten of Cups is like kind of like no longer blocked, when they're kind of open to it and it's in the upright, I feel like very much so this is when this person is not going to be silent, and it's going to be much more open to coming forward to you. So again, I really get this as almost like a blocked energy, and it's like this, when this kind of becomes, when all of this becomes unblocked, you know, when they've kind of focused their love on themselves, then I feel like that is when this person is going to be able to come forward to you. And I feel like they almost want to now, but I feel like it's very much like a waiting game, and for them it's all about choosing the correct timing. Because I think they realise that if they do come towards you too soon and they're not ready for it, I feel like they realise that that is only going to almost like push you further. They kind of don't want to make you like work for it. With that Five of Wands is what I'm getting for it. Look how much effort that person's putting in and having to like shove off like all these other people, and all these other people, it's almost like your person's like doubts in that, and you kind of have to, they have to like let like their higher self almost like win and reach the top. They need to get rid of, I see these as almost like all their doubts, and they kind of need to be the one that's, their higher self needs to be the one that's winning before they can come forward to you. Because if any of these guys, if any of these little self-doubt ones are on top, then this person, I feel like this person realises that it won't work out. So honestly, I feel like they will come forward in the future, but when they are very much ready and it's the right time for them and for you. So your advice here is the ever unfolding rose, cracked open, it's happening for you, not to you. So this silence, this time apart, it may have felt like the absolute end of the world when it happened, and I totally do understand that. I understand how that must feel for you guys, but the way maybe your person was before, the way your relationship or however it was between you probably was not going to work out the way it was. So this person needed to have time by themselves, they needed time away to work out their issues, because I feel like by them doing that, although it's terrible, it is happening for you. There is a reason why it has happened, and you have the card no. So wait, postpone, pause, say no. And honestly, I feel like the message from this card is that if you are thinking about kind of like almost like messaging this person out of the blue, moving towards them, trying to get kind of on side like or back into this person's life, I feel like Spirit is saying like no, just wait. But I don't think it's a no like this is never going to happen no, but I'm really getting really drawn to that kind of like wait. So even though you may be like, oh, it's killing me not talking to this person, I want to get in touch with them, like no, just wait. Like this is all working itself out in your favour and for your person in their favour, so they're kind of like in the best possible place for this relationship, but you just need time, and obviously only you can decide how long you are willing to wait for someone. Obviously that is your own decision between yourself and, I was going to say I, but that means me, but you know what I mean. So that's very much your own choice, but yeah, I feel like in the end there can be a happy outcome, but I feel like it is just requiring a bit of patience. So hopefully this resonated with you. If it did, do leave me a comment down below, do press like, hit subscribe, all of that is very much appreciated. As well, part of the energy exchange, if you want to just leave this running to the next ad, that's really appreciated as well. So thank you so much, and I will see you guys in another reading. See you later. Hello to my pile twos. If you chose the blue lace agate, this is your reading. So honestly I love this crystal so much. We are going to be looking at why is your person so silent, and then we're going to get look into, you know, why or when will they get in touch. This is kind of, we do have some Moonology cards, but it's more kind of like what process, what do they need to work through, what is, you know, what's kind of like the block, and then, you know, once they've overcome that, like, when will they get in touch, and sorry, and then some advice cards for you. So let's go for this. Okay, so we have first of all the King of Wands. We have Death. We have the Page of Swords. We have the Hanged Man. And we have the Fool. We have the North Node, so destined to have. And then we have Change, Thunder Moon. So guys, your person. So honestly, the first thought that I got initially was almost like this person with that destined to have and this King of Wands. It feels like your person is very sure of themselves. I get this really like confident, almost verging on like slight arrogance about you in this situation. And it feels like this person is almost like, oh, you know, I'm silent because I don't need to contact them because they're going to contact me. They have like very much this kind of like air of confidence and arrogance around them. It's like they are absolutely sure that, you know, with that destined to have, like, you're kind of just like meant to be, and also I think, you know, destined to have, it just feels like this person is very confident in themselves, and it's like, yep, I'm destined to have this person, I'm destined to have any person that I want because, you know, I'm great, is essentially what I'm feeling for that card. But it's almost like that's how it initially started. It was like, I feel like this person's this feels almost like a journey, if I'm honest, with this person. It feels very different to like pile one. It's almost like they started off being like super confident here and being like, yeah, they're going to message me, and then if you haven't messaged them, if you're kind of like, two can play that game, like, I'm not going to be the one that cracks. I feel like this person has gone from being like up here to like feeling very down there in their confidence. So with that change, I really feel like this card reminds me of like almost like the Tower. It feels like this person has kind of been like, their confidence has been really shaken, and like almost like everything that they believed with that like destined to have and their own confidence is almost been like a little bit shaken. And it was almost like really surprised them about how much they are feeling the need to, you know, reach out, to try and talk to you. However, I do think, you know, still with that King of Wands there, I feel like the King of Wands could be someone that is very stubborn, and especially like if they are very like in their ego is not going to want to like give in to wanting to message you first. So there is this, I think they realise that with Death, that they do kind of need that change. They need that fresh communication with the Page of Swords. Like, I feel like definitely that Page of Swords is right slap bang in the centre there, and it's just screaming at me like a desire from this person to reach out, to have fresh communication, to clear the air, to, you know, it's all about kind of like new thoughts, almost like new beginnings. Not quite the same as like Ace of Swords, but you're definitely like wanting to come forward with new communication. And almost like this Death feels like it could almost be like reversed, because I feel like there is resistance there with this person. And it's almost like that's why they haven't made a move. They're kind of stuck in that Hanged Man position where they're like, oh, it is like they're in that hanged man position because they've put themselves there. They could get out of it. They could message you. They could ask you how you're doing. They could, put themselves out of any misery that they're feeling about this just by simply picking up a phone. But it's almost like the hanged man knows that they can escape, but they're still like, I'm just gonna sit here thinking. So it's like they're just prolonging it with this hanged man, and they may put it like to themselves. They may tell themselves, I'm just thinking, I'm thinking about the right way to say something, or I'm just thinking if this person really is for me. Because I feel like that where they are quite confident, I feel like it's really hurt them that you haven't kind of like almost like chased after them and like begged them to come back. So if you are holding on strong, I feel like definitely keep holding on strong, because I feel like this person is will probably snap and come back. I feel like they will get to that point kind of with that Fool. It is almost with that Fool, it's almost like this is what they're contemplating, like about taking that kind of leap of faith. Do they kind of jump into this even though maybe if they've not had any contact from you, they don't know how you're feeling, they don't really know where they stand still, but they're really feeling that urge to take that kind of leap of faith towards you. And it's definitely, as I said, this definitely feels like, compared to group 1, this feels like this person has been on a lot of this journey. I feel like they're probably not quite there yet for taking that like a leap of faith, but I feel like they're definitely like almost like around here. They've kind of had this confidence shake. They know they need to change. They need that new communication. But I feel like right now it's almost like stuck around here. I feel like they're kind of stuck in that hanged man position. So when are they going to reach out? We have the Queen of Swords reversed. We have this, the Chariot. So I was going to call it the Seven of Chariots. We have 5 of Pentacles. And the Knight of Swords. So, and your card is Adjustments are required. 3rd quarter moon. Again, this is, something that happens every cycle. So I feel like it's very much this person. I feel like it's something that could almost like happen at any time. This person, honestly, I feel like they are going to reach out. It's almost like when they can no longer deal with being like that kind of 5 of Pentacles out in the cold, getting no attention from you. I feel like that is very much when this person is going to talk to you. Honestly, I feel like they're going to reach out when they're not in their power. With that Queen of Swords, I feel like it's when they're in that kind of place of lack, when they're not actually feeling that confident, and they're not feeling they're kind of like their best. I feel like that's when they're going to be like, screw it, I'm going to message this person. And in all honesty, with that Queen of Swords, I feel like they're not going to be fantastic with their words. I feel like they may not communicate clearly with you. I even feel like maybe that they may be like a bit like argumentative as well with that Knight of Swords, kind of almost like rushing in, not properly grounding their thoughts, not properly speaking clearly in how they should. And it's like they kind of rush in because they want to rip that band-aid off, they want to get it over and done with, they want to start talking to you again. But I feel like they need to realise that adjustments are required. Like they can make progress here, but it's all about balance. This person needs to balance almost like themselves between being like super confident and actually being in this kind of like place of lack and not feeling confident, and then kind of doing it from a place where it's not in their power, where they may not communicate to their best ability because they're really worried about the outcome. So it's almost like they set themselves up for failure. So if this person seems a bit cutting, then I don't think it's because they're necessarily a bad person. I feel like their ego has been massively shaken, and they may communicate with you when they're really not, when they probably really shouldn't, when they're not in the best place. So it may come across quite harsh, but you know, it could be very much it will be, you know, it's probably not the new beginning they want, but it will be fresh communication. And so Spirit's advice for you, so you have protection, so call back your power, cut the cord, soul retrieval. If you do feel like you are particularly tied to this person, if you feel like you feel them in the 5D, I know sometimes people watch these videos and they don't really have any intention of going back with this person, and it's kind of just a like, you're interested actually, like why did this person ghost me, or you know, whatever. If that is the case, maybe you want to try like a cord cutting, I know you can do spells, whatever you want to call it, you can do, or cord cutting rituals, you can do it. I know, definitely just look up on YouTube, do your research. I know on TikTok they have it a lot with the 2 candles with a cord, and when it burns through, it's like symbolising it's cut. So if you are someone that does feel very connected to this person still, and you don't really want to be, or just energetically it doesn't feel good for you anymore, then this could be a sign for you to look into that. And then you have kind of like birthing a new age, birthing new creations, dreaming a new world into being. So honestly guys, I feel like this is very much, it's almost like a card of manifestation. I think you have to, if you want this person back in your life, sorry, I've just got some sellotape stuck to my foot and it's just annoying enough. There we go. Yeah, so if you want this person back bad enough, then I feel like this card is kind of like, you can do it. I feel like you have this power to birth like a new creation, a new reality, and like you just have, maybe something like scripting will work for you, where you write things out in the present. So it may be like, me and whatever their name, you know, we have a great relationship and we speak every day. They're always telling me they love me, they're always doing things for me. Like, write out in as much detail like what this person does for you, exactly like how you would like to be treated and how you want your relationship to go. And that's a thing you can do, you know, every day, just a page or so. That's one thing that I really like. I quite like scripting. Or, you know, affirmations, whatever works for you. So I feel like this is a card manifestation. Like, Spirit is saying that if you really want this person back, and you want them back in a very particular way, you want them to behave a particular way, that it is definitely possible. So yeah, that is my reading for you guys. If it resonated, please do comment down below, like, subscribe, share. You know, it's part of the energy exchange. If you like this, there will be an advert. I put it at the very start of each reading, just one, or two, as YouTube likes to do. So, you know, always you can leave the advert on just to help me out, and it's really appreciated as part of an energy exchange. So thank you so much, and I will see you guys in another reading. See you later. Hello lovely pile 3, if you chose this piece of black obsidian, this raw black obsidian, this is your reading. Let's get into it. So we are looking at, why is your person silent? And then we're going to kind of look out, you know, when are they going to get in touch? And then some advice for you guys. So your person, we have 7 of Swords, Temperance, Knight of Swords. I feel like the Knight of Swords has come out in all 3 of these readings. 5 of Cups and 8 of Pentacles. And we have the card House So the 11th house, so friends, like-minded groups, and humanitarian beliefs. And you have the card surrender, so 26, surrender. Right. Honestly, your person, why they are being silent. I feel like this person, I feel like they didn't know how to be honest with you and upfront. And for some of you, I feel like this person kind of hid their feelings. Maybe they were scared about being open like that. Or it could have been, you know, maybe they were deceptive, maybe they were, I feel like you probably know which one it is. But for some of you, it may be that this person was quite deceptive in their, maybe if they were dating other people, or they just weren't quite honest with you, like where they were at with this. You know, maybe they said they wanted a relationship when they really weren't ready, but part of why they went silent was because of this deception. I think they didn't really know how, they kind of didn't know how to deal with you, and didn't really know how to be honest and all those kinds of things. So for them, it was just easier to not really say anything, to kind of not face up to it. And I think they realise now that obviously that's stupid, like so stupid. And with this house 11, it could, honestly, how I feel about this is that, you know, with that friends, I'm kind of really strongly drawn to that. So it could be that their friends or other people they spoke to were a bit of a influencing factor. Maybe if their friends are kind of just not very mature and they just gave them, it feels like they just gave them really rubbish advice to be like, just, you know, just ghost them or just whatever. So I feel like this person kind of just went along with it, and I feel like they knew deep down that that was not the correct way of dealing with it, but it feels very much like this person was kind of, they were deceptive, and it's like with that Knight of Swords, it feels like they just kind of ran. And with that Five of Cups as well, you know, it's all about walking away. Like if something, you know, some of you as well, I feel like maybe even if you just had an argument and it wasn't anything out of the, like, it wasn't anything, you know, too bad or what you'd expect a relationship to end on. I feel like for some of you, it's almost like this person could only see the argument and couldn't see like everything else, the great that was left with those Two of Cups standing up, and it's like they almost like blew everything out of proportion, is how I feel for some of you guys. Like they just were like, nope, okay, I'm out of here. And I honestly feel like it probably stems back to something from their childhood. Often things like this does, you know, fears of rejection and abandonment. If when you were a child and, you know, you had parents that it almost felt like love was conditional. It felt like you had to do certain things to be able to get love and to get praise, and you were worried that if you didn't, like, what would happen. I feel like this person, they kind of got like whatever, like reprimanded, whatever, and just decided to ghost. And it's almost like for them, running away and being deceptive is a lot easier for them than kind of, you know, being honest. And you have this card surrender, and I feel like this person, that's what they need to do. They kind of need to surrender to that. I feel like they have all these walls up and all these barriers, and they just don't really let people in. They don't let people see the real them, and so it's easier for when they get upset and when they get hurt, that they just run. They can't surrender to it. They can't, it feels like weakness to them. So they just run. And, you know, I honestly feel like this person kind of is just like part of why they're being silent as well is a way to like block it out. I feel like this person just does lots of stuff. Like they either work really hard or, you know, they go to the gym, they fill their days with just loads of stuff. It feels like this person probably has like almost like a really busy schedule. Busy schedule just drawing pentacles all day. But anyway, this person just fills their time and energy with just keeping themselves busy and not focusing on, you know, this kind of healing that needs to be done with that Temperance card. You know, it is Temperance. It makes me. I think it's the Light Seers tarot that kind of made me changed my perspective on it, because it has the Knight and the Sun. No, the Moon. Sorry, the Moon and the Sun. And it always makes me think of being able to blend your dark and your light together, and that kind of blending is who you are. And you know, you can kind of change the blends from time to time. You are an alchemist, you do evolve, you do change, but you know, they are always going to be there, maybe in different proportions. But I feel like this person is someone that probably just hasn't really ever faced that kind of dark side, and so it just feels like they're quite unbalanced and their reactions are like over the top. It's not the kind of gentle pouring of Temperance, like very carefully balancing something out. It's like, I can just imagine this person literally being like getting the cup and pouring into the water, being like, nope, I can't get it to be equal, so it's not, now I don't have to worry about it. That's how I see them. And so when are they going to reach out? We have the Page of Swords. We have the King of Cups. We have the Eight of Swords. And we have the Ten of Cups. So some very happy cards in there, and then balance spirituality and practicality. I have to admit, I was going to look up the when full moon in Pisces is, and do you know what, I'm going to do that right now, and then I'll tell you. Okay, so full moon in Pisces is, so it's the 20th, I don't know if you can see that, it is the 20th of September 2021. That is when the full moon in Pisces is going to be. So, you know, obviously this time's reading, and also Moonology cards aren't, even though it does give you a exact timing with tarot or anything like this, it is of course a guide. You know, this is just one path to things to happen, and obviously tarot is fluid, so time does change, timelines change. This person could, you know, have some sort of dramatic breakthrough and, you know, shift the timeline up or whatever. So honestly, what I do like about this though, you have this balance, spirituality and practicality, and if you notice, there's a balance here. There's 2 sword cards and there's 2 cup cards, and it's like this person, when they will get back in touch, it's when they have to balance their thoughts with their feelings. And I feel like that kind of new communication is going to come when this person firstly gets out of their head. They don't feel trapped by things that they're kind of imagining, and they're very much more like open to that 10 of Cups. They're open to love, they're open to happiness, and they're not very much like trapped in their head thinking that's scary. But it's almost like when they come into this King of Cups state, and honestly I feel like when they start reflecting and start managing to balance their emotions, they do some shadow work, maybe they do have almost like a bit of a spiritual awakening. I feel like that is when this person is gonna reach out. Honestly, right now in this kind of state of like, it makes me think of, you know, kind of fear and denial. I feel like this person will, this is why I feel like the timeline's kind of long, is that I feel like this person isn't in that state right now, and it's when they finally balance this and they become more in their emotions rather than in their head, that is when they're gonna be able to reach out to you and talk to you. So there is that. And then your advice from Spirit. So how are you being called to step up and lead? So in your life right now, it could be, this could be quite literal in your life, that you need to step up and lead, whether it's in work or that. But honestly, I feel like, you know, if we need your person to do this kind of healing, balance kind of the light and dark in them, and do some shadow work, it's almost like, have you done that as well? Because I feel like by you doing it, maybe if you guys feel very connected energetically, then almost like you going through it may trigger your person to go through it. So by you doing it is very much is, you know, can be very much a trigger for them. And then you have, I always say it wrong, Pleiades, I think. So double mission, channeling and uplifting humanity. So I feel like you do this naturally. If you're a very chatty person, if you are very good with your words, so the people of, I'll probably butcher this one, of Pleiades, they've been on Earth for generations, and they're said to, you know, help raise the vibration of Earth, but, you know, just generally bring people more aligned into their higher being, making the Earth generally a better place. So I feel like this is very much you, and I feel like even in just this relationship, that is what you can be doing. I feel like leading, working on yourself, being yourself, being your chatty self is gonna kind of, I feel like, bring this person up to where you need them to be. And yeah, I feel like that's what you can do right now to kind of help you and them. So I hope this reading resonated with you. If it did, do comment down below, like, subscribe, share. It's all very, very much appreciated. And if you could possibly leave this reading running until the adverts are just in a minute, then that would be very appreciated as well, as part of the energy exchange here. So thank you, and I'll see you guys in another reading.